Alrighty, so let's talk about something that's been all over the internet, um, because people are confused. People are picking sides, and honestly, a lot of people don't understand what's really going on. We're talking about the beef between Cardi B and Tasha K. And the question everybody keeps asking is, did she really move to Africa to avoid paying that $4 million judgment? Or is that just internet talk? Now, let's rewind for a second. So we got to figure out who Tasha K is. So Tasha K is a blogger. She's known for being very outspoken and not afraid to say what she wants to say about other celebrities. But at some point, things crossed a legal line. She made claims about Cardi B that weren't just opinions. They were presented as facts, serious accusations, right? And Cardi didn't just ignore it. She took it to court. And here's where it got real. Cardi B won, right? Not only did she win, but the court ordered Tasha K to pay around $4 million in damages. Now pause. I want you to really think about that. So $4 million, and you got to ask yourself, if someone told you today you owed $4 million, what would you do? Would you panic? Would you fight it? Would you try to leave? So did she run to Africa? And this is where things get messy. So there were posts or videos and rumors saying Tasha K had moved to Africa specifically to avoid paying Cardi B. And the internet ran with it. But here's the truth. She did travel to Africa. She talked about being there, but she also said she wasn't running. She said it was just a trip and a new experience. It was just a different lifestyle. So now you've got two narratives. One side saying she fled to avoid paying, and you got the other side saying she's just living her life, right? But let's ask the real question. Even if someone moves to another country, can you actually escape a lawsuit like that? And the short answer is no. So I'm just going to go ahead and break that down in a way that nobody really explains. So when you owe money from a court judgment, it's not just a bill, it's a legal power. All right. So your money can be taken directly. And if Tasha K makes money from YouTube, businesses, sponsorships, that money can be garnished, meaning she doesn't even have to send it. It can be taken. So that means your bank accounts aren't safe. You know, courts can freeze accounts, pull funds. So even if money hits your account, it can be gone just as fast. So your assets are on the table. You know, your homes, cars, anything valuable can be seized, sold, and used to pay that judgment. So you can't hide your money. You know, the court can force you to show income, reveal assets, explain where money is coming from. And if you lie, now you've got a whole new problem. So what if you leave the country? And here's the part that people don't understand. Moving doesn't erase the debt. If you still have U.S. accounts, U.S. businesses, a U.S. audience, you're still connected, and that means you're still reachable. So think about it like this. You can change your location, but you can't change your financial footprint. And here's another layer people keep bringing up, Nicki Minaj. You know, there were claims online that Nicki Minaj donated money to help Tasha K, but here's the reality. Here's the reality of it all. There's no confirmed evidence that Nicki Minaj paid or donated toward that judgment. It's one of those things that the internet ran with without proof. So now you can actually look at the full picture. So you've got a blogger who built a platform off speaking freely. You know, you have a celebrity who said enough is enough. And then you have a court that made an example out of defamation. And now a situation where every move financially is being watched. And this is where I want to talk to you, because this isn't just about celebrities. This is about the internet we all use every day. So I just want to ask you, where is the line between opinion and defamation drawn? Do people take online speech seriously enough? And if you had a platform, would you risk it for views? Now, here's also something that that confuses a lot of people. Now, Tasha K did file for bankruptcy. She filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy after losing the case, and the court still upheld that that she owes money to Cardi. But here's the thing that people miss, bankruptcy does not erase the debt. Instead, it does this. So it forces a structured payment plan. She agreed to pay about 1.2 million over 5 years, and the payments are based on her income, and she has to report her finances regularly to the court systems, right? So what does that actually mean in real life? So instead of you don't owe anything anymore, it became you still owe, but we're controlling how you pay. And it gets deeper too. Tasha K reportedly pays around $20,000 a month towards the debt, and Cardi B, her team can still check her income. Cardi B can request financial records, make sure she's not hiding any money. So why didn't bankruptcy save her? Because of the type of case that this was. It was defamation, intentional harm. Courts usually don't let people say harmful lies, then wipe it away with bankruptcy. Now, connecting that back to the Africa question, like I said earlier, even if she travels or relocates or lives abroad, the payment plan still follows her because it's tied to her income and her legal obligation to the U.S. court. So, bankruptcy didn't free her. Basically put her on a court-controlled payment plan for years. All right? So that situation shows one thing clearly. You can go viral for saying anything, but you can also go broke for saying the wrong thing. And no matter where you go, you can't outrun legal consequences, right? So not with money, not with relocation, not with time. If this taught you anything or changed how you look at the internet, drop a comment, because I want to know, do you think the punishment was fair or was it too much? And if you're new here, subscribe, because we talk about the real side of things people don't break down.